Hello everyone to Tech Safari and welcome to the Coding Safari script for an iOS 12. In this video we're going to see about how to define auto layouts. So first we'll open our Eco Calculator app, yeah, and let's just go to the single view layout. Now let's see how can we define auto layout. So first off, let's click on our title label. And then just as you can see here, we have many buttons here. So what I'm going to do is select that label there. I can press on that button there, align button. I'll just click on that, and I'm going to want it in horizontally in center. You could also vertically it in center, but for present, horizontal in center would suffice. Next, I'll go for the next button and just take the top, left, right, as that would only top, yeah, that would suffice as well. That's going to add the top constraint, like what I mean is the distance from the top of the screen. So it would depend on that particular screen. It would just give the same distance between the top and the. For this also, I'd give horizontally in container, and for this I would need to set top nearest margins. Yeah, I'll just untick that. The top one, yeah, that would be enough. We could also specify the left and right. For this button, I'm going to give left, top, and that would be enough. For this one also, I'll just give it left and top. This one also the same. And the same way for all the remaining numbers. I mean number buttons. So here also left and right. This one as well, left and right. Now we'll give constraints for this. We'll just increase its size because we have some space. Yeah, and now I'm going to set its constraints to be top right, top and right. Yeah, that would be enough. Oops, yeah, and I also forgot we also need to set you could also just go for this button, the last button, and that would automatically keep all the necessary constraints. Just click on, you could just click on clear constraints to remove all the constraints for that particular object, and click on add missing constraints. Yeah, I'll just click on that. That would add all the constraints required for that in its present position. For this one I'll give it top and left and right, and I'll just click on I'll just remove the constraints a little, make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, that looks good. Top, left, right, and I'm just going to take these to width and height. So yeah, it's going to give me the same size now. I'm just going to bring it a little bit down, and this one I'm going to clear constraints for that. I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Yeah, that would make it much better. Yeah, that looks good. I'm going to give it a top, right, and a width and a height constraint. Yeah, and for this one in the same way as well. The top, left, right, and width and height. If you want, you could even give for the bottom constraints. I'll give it, yeah, the width and the height. We don't require that when you give all the four constraints. Yeah, I'll just give it all for even the width and the height. Yeah, that has been properly constrained. For this first, I'm going to clear my constraints, and I'm going to give it a bottom, left, right, and a proper width and a height, and the same aspect ratio. Yeah, Now it looks good. So we set up constraints for all of our UI elements. We'll even set one for this background. I'll just set it top, left, right, and all of them value 0 so that it's going to stretch whole screen. Yeah. And yeah, I think I need to give for that. No. Yeah, result label. Um, so now if you see on a smaller screen, it's going to become weird and messy. So always when giving auto layout, you should always go for the smallest device that you're going to support and go auto layout from that onwards. As you can see here, it's cropping out our layout. So any device bigger than this iPhone 8 would be enough, or like nearly same size as iPhone 8. Again, on the iPhone SE, it won't look good. Something a screen size near to iPhone 8. We'll have this full layout here. Now we'll see how it looks on iPhone X with a notch display. Yeah, it looks good. And we'll see on this iPhone XR, and that also looks good. We'll see on an iPad. As you can see, on an iPad it looks not so good. You could use this vary for traits option and define it for iPads and bigger screen devices as well. So I'll just give for that iPad. Yeah, that look. You could define for which one would you like to go for. I'll just go for the biggest screen size. Yeah, 12.9, or yeah, this one. Yeah, that one would look good. Better to go for the smallest one. Even if I'm going for the larger one here, I'm just going for an example. So now let's just make our UI layout again properly. Just bring all of these up at once. Yeah, that be sufficient. And this one would be a little bit towards the left, this one towards the left, and this one towards the right. Yeah. Now this one I'm going to make it a bit bigger. On the remaining ones as well, I'm going to make them a little bit bigger because we have lots of space on a bigger screen. Just gonna, oops, another button. Gonna make it a little bit bigger so that we see all the buttons. I'm going to select all the buttons once again and yeah, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, you can see why isn't it happening. Okay, so let's just let it be. This one button also I'm going to make it a bit big. Yeah, that looks good. Remaining also in the same way, we'll just move this. We'll just bring it this one here, this one to the bottom of that, and this one here, and let's yeah, that one looks good. Yeah, we just place it here. And, this one, I think, yeah, that would be a little bit, yeah, that would be enough. Yeah. Let's just give it a bit up. Yeah, it's good enough there. Now let's just make it a little bit up. Yeah, and now it's in good aspect ratio. And now this title, let me make it a bit big. So in the similar way, you could design your app to vary for various devices. So here I finished auto layout varying. So play around with auto layouts. You'll get to understand them more when you just keep on playing with them. And I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, bye. Yeah, let me just fix the small area.